Hello and welcome everyone, this is Madals and welcome to another StarCraft 2 England cast. This game today is game 1 of a best of 3 and it is from the Ministry of Wind tournament, I do believe. And well, let me introduce these two amazing players. In the top left position we do have SjoW, who is off racing as a Protoss. So blue Protoss player in the top left playing against Sage, the red Terran in the lower right. That means we do have a PvT and that should be cool. The map Antigua Shipyard, it's a GSL version, so the supply depot is down there and I'm really looking forward to this game because I haven't actually cast a PvT in quite a while and I tend to, it seems to be my least casted non-mirror matchup, to be honest, and that's something I really am trying to rectify to try and get some more casting of these sort of games. Now let me just say guys, if you do like the video, please thumbs it up, subscribe and leave a cool comment below, that'd be awesome. Now what can we expect from this game? Well, being a PvT, we can expect sort of three main stages. Stage 1, gateway units, they're really good. Sage is going to be a bit like, build bunkers, like try and defend and not die. Then Stim is completed, at which point Sages are like, gateway units, why was I scared of them? I've got Marine Marauders and Stim pack. I'm just going to go and trounce you. Now the way you counteract that as a Protoss player is, of course, you get out either Colossus for their splash damage or High Templar with the Storm. You can do other things as well, but they're the two staples. Usually get both in the very late game, and then the Terran player has to counteract those with Vikings and of course those lovely ghosts. Now that's really a rough outline of what we can expect from this game here today, but again, there's so many variations of other things, it's not that simple. That's really just a very broad plan of action. Now both players have gone, well, there's a command center, gas for both players now, a gateway obviously, did I say a command center? I meant a barracks. God, get the words right now. Obviously that pylon down there just getting a bit of information now can allow for quicker war pins as well later on to get down. The two options for kind of early game, obviously you may see SjoW go for something really as simple as say a 4-gate, but one thing I really do want to see him utilize is this area. This cliff can be very potent. If you go for something like a Blink Stalker with an Observer play, it can be very strong because you can just blink up here, harass, blink back out again, and it can be very difficult to deal with, especially if you multi-prong attack and try and come into the natural base of the Terran. Now we do have the Cybernetics core out. No full wall off here though at the moment, so that SCV is going to be able to make its way inside very easily, and we'll see everything going down at the moment. Obviously neither player showing any signs of trying to expand quite yet. They are both up to about 100 gas, just over that now, so we should see some tech decisions sometime soon. We do have a Zealot on his way over, just going to try and do some damage. The Marines, they're moving forward though. Good placement of the Marines on the actual natural ramp, because let's face it, if you stop any scouting here, they never know what's here, and that lack of knowledge can really hurt your opponent, because ultimately your strategy compared to a 1 base or a 2 base is huge. They're completely different things. A factory is on its way down here. We do have a reactor coming down as well, so perhaps we could see reactor Hellions. It's not something that is too common as far as I'm aware in TVP, but I could be wrong on that because it is my weakest matchup, I must confess. But again, it's something you see an awful lot in ZVT, for example, because Hellions are good units, but there gets the factory finished. It is getting a Hellion now, so Hellions are going to be on the cards right now, and I think that could be a good move. SjoW, he is getting out his Nexus, and of course, the reason Hellions are fine is because they're very fast, and if they do get into the mineral line, they can deal an awful lot of damage. The bunker coming down just to get a defense position here for Sage. He does not want SjoW to know that he hasn't taken his own command center here. A starport coming down, so this actually means that we could see Hellion drops, which, oh my god, that would be brilliant, because this map has a lot of dead space behind the main base, and those Hellions, that would be like chug, drop, and then all the probes will die. That's sad times, but a pylon coming down in the 4th position here. Warpgate tech is nearly finished, 2 additional gateways being added on, so a bit of 3-gate pressure. That's very nice, but that bunker there should be able to defend it quite nicely. Still nothing coming out, just 2 Marines at a time. These Hellions coming out 1 at a time. Supply block, was there for Sage for a split second? Perhaps, maybe not, who knows. But for the moment, we have something knocked out there. But we do have an SCV able to get in. See the expansion coming down, see the 2 gateways finishing up. Knows exactly that it is 3 gates, so it's not super crazy, massive pressure. And therefore, really, we should see Sage okay. Sage may actually salvage that bunker, which is exactly what he's going to do, and he builds back on the high ground, so it's going to reveal that he's on a 1 base play, and really is just going to try and buy himself enough time for this 3 Hellion drop to deal huge economic damage and really pay off for staying on 1 base for so long. And that, well, here we go, SjoW, he is coming up. How much damage can he do? That Guardian Shield will be very effective against the Marines. The bunker isn't finished, it does finish though just in time. that's a bit of a win right there. And for the moment, it looks like SjoW is going to have to pull back, trying to be a bit careful with what he does. Those sentries don't want to run in first. That'd be a bad move. The zealots are what you want in first. The zealot trying to give vision of the high ground, but just so much damage from that many marines. Absolutely insane. The command center is being built as well now, but here comes the Hellions, and the Hellions are what will scare SjoW more than anything. All of his units pulling back. 2 stalkers are getting warped in. They're going to be pretty strong, but for the moment, just look at these Hellions go, just picking off probe after probe after probe. Is it doing enough though? 25 to 23, Sage is now ahead. And, well, those Hellions, they're still alive. They're coming down to the natural base. They do block a pylon again, another probe. This is just amazing, and still the defensive units aren't back quite yet for Sage, but the medevac has now been picked up, and that was a very good bit of early aggression, knocking out an awful lot of probes, 16 in total. That is really quite considerable, and it will really hurt SjoW right now. And obviously, considering the fact that Sage is getting up his own second command center, which is nearly finished, that the ability for SjoW to come pull ahead in terms of workers will be very difficult. And once you factor in those lovely things called mules, well, Sage is going to be feeling very comfortable in terms of all of his income. I mean, just look here how many more minerals he's mining a minute, about 300 or so. A lot of stalkers in the base, just keeping an eye for any more drops. But transition out of this now, the Banshee is going to be the unit of choice. Of course, no cloak has been researched yet, but just pure Banshee on its own can be quite good, especially comes in pokes. You can come in from this way, but that's a bit harder. If a third base was taken again, that's vulnerable to air attacks as well. But for the moment, 3 bunkers here, and it looks like Sage is going to go and expand. He's taking it safe, taking it slow, and is just going to do some damage. Now, the factory is going off to go and scout. That is really the only use of a factory now, in my opinion. And, well, we've got a nice switch here. We should see Stim started off, because of course Stim hasn't been done yet. That observer will see, of course, the command center and the tech lab and reactor coming down on the 2nd and 3rd barracks. So we'll know exactly what's going on. We'll see this very heavily fortified position, complete wall being formed with those supply depots. And, well, robotic facility coming down, Twilight Council coming down, so perhaps we will see that Observer Blinkstalker play I was mentioning earlier that can be ever so strong and would allow, obviously, Sage, well, SjoW rather, to defer, or completely avoid, actually, these bunkers of SjoW. So, of Sage, my words are getting mixed up. This is not good. Right, just start again, be all chilled, and hopefully it'll work. Do apologise for my ability to not be able to speak properly. Now, do have this Banshee coming and do some nice damage, but those Stalkers, just too many of them, and that wasn't really cost effective. This Banshee does need to kill some more stuff if it wants to be able to pay for itself. And, well, still, SjoW is pulling ahead slightly in terms of the work count, but once you factor mules in, that won't last for long, and obviously producing 2 SCVs at a time, and that is the same as what Sage is able to produce. Now the Banshee just hidden up there, very low on health though, only 40 HP, and I don't actually think he'll be able to get out without getting picked off by that Stalker, which is not something that you'd want to happen. Stim and Combat Shield on the way out there for Sage right now, and that is just going to really help him to go and push across and do some damage, because really, aside from, well, until those Templar Archives finish at least, there won't be any way to deal with a big infantry ball, especially the medevacs there. And with Stim, they're just going to wreck the gateway units, but a third basic 10 coming out here by SjoW, and that is a good move in my opinion. Try and expand. You know you're a little bit behind economically, you know you've taken what is a lot more damage overall, and, well, we just want to be careful. I mean, if we look at the loss tab, SjoW has lost more stuff so far, and of course a lot of that was economically. 40 to 45 harvesters really actually puts Sage ahead in my opinion, because let's face it, you are sitting there with mules, and mules count for about 5 workers each in terms of the mineral income, and that is why we will see Sage slightly ahead. 2 more barracks being added on here, and so it's a very defensive position everywhere. The Observer is seeing absolutely everything at the moment though. A double medevac drop is going to be coming in now. Where will that go? Completely bypassing the main base. We'll get picked up by the cannon though, by the pylon rather. That is going to be a bit annoying, and to be honest, I would not like to be SjoW right now, because obviously the medevacs give vision to the high ground, and there goes down a pylon unpowering the forge. That upgrade is going to be stopped. The forge may even go down. As a massive focus fire right there, and of course Stim is done. Charge on the way out for SjoW right now, but look at this stream of units coming across. Combat Shield is finished, +1 melee, +1 infantry attack upgrades on their way out, and, well, SjoW has got a lot to try and defend right now. There's one probe moving around, the observer is of course there, but just look at how many units are streaming across the map. The supply in Sage's favour, in terms of army supply, massively in his favour. And well, this third base, that ain't gonna last long. I think SjoW won't even try and defend it. It'd be silly of him to do so in my opinion, because it'd just be so hard to try and defend against that many units. So loses a base, and now is getting very far behind in terms of the resources lost. Picking off the rocks as well, because why not? If this push doesn't work, I want an easy access to your third base later on. And well, great move all on its own. That Viking thing though as well, we could see a pickup and actually see units dropped into the main. That forge for SjoW is nearly finished up with that +1 ground weapons. And of course Templar Archives haven't started researching Storm yet. We do have an Archon out though. A second Archon will probably get built at some point while the warp's in. Storm starting, that's a good move. Charge finished, the +1 ground armor coming down now as well. We do have the personal cloaking field there for Sage, who should go and get some good EMPs off. He's starting up his third command center, which is already a core done. That will put him economically ahead, and with the more bases, which is always a good move. The medevac's being used so effectively to get vision of the high ground. The Templar Archives and the Forge are going to get depowered, but the forge just gets taken out completely. Some more pylons getting taken out there, and this is just so cost effective for Sage right now. He's picking off or forcing a cancel, and this third base is going to be forced to cancel yet again. It's only a handful of units there, to be fair. Just look at how much stuff is sitting here for SjoW on its way back, just ready to defend. Really nothing, there's nothing to defend. He's done the damage he wanted to, and is now pulling back. He knows his opponent is going to be nearly mined out in his main, or at least getting close to it. I mean, obviously Sage is as well, but Sage got his third base, about to finish any second. The observer will see it, but SjoW is really in a tough spot because he's quite a long way behind, especially, well, under half the army supply of his opponent. So that means any head-on engagement won't work right now for SjoW, but for Sage it'd be a great move. The third base again trying to come out, and just look at the resources lost difference. That is the disastrous number really for SjoW. He's engaged so cost ineffectively, or rather Sage has engaged so cost effectively, that it really means that it'll be difficult to come back from. And I am just having a quick look at what else is going on. Not too much, to be honest. A lot of Archons morphing in. That is kind of a desperation move, knowing that there's a lot of units coming for you and that you need something. And morphing in those Archons, will it be the something? We'll wait and see. But Sage, he's looking to be in a good spot, using that little gap he's created from clearing out the rocks earlier. Just such great play. Seriously, Sage, this is what I'm saying. By picking that off, it gives him easy access here, it gives him a great attack route. A massive EMP goes off there, knocks out so many shields from the Protoss army right now. And of course, reinforcements still streaming across the map. The +2 infantry weapons are about quarter done. The +1 infantry armor is about 3/4 done. That's compared to the +2 Protoss ground weapons and the +1 Protoss ground armor already finished. So upgrade-wise, it's about to be equal, but so much more stuff for Sage. And of course, Stim going off, so many medevacs there. This engagement going so well right now. Some great EMPs going down absolutely everywhere, and just look at the damage. A couple of storms do hit, but they are just not enough right now, and I think Sage has got too much stuff to really even struggle with this. And well, those Mordors, they're going to try and kite the Zealots as best they can, and this is just a death blow, and I expect to see a GG any second. That storm was nice, it killed an awful lot of stuff, but obviously there's still just too much stuff there. Sage is now, well, so far ahead. I mean, 90 to 12. There's the GG, and well, that was game 1, guys. So I will see you in a second at game 2, and obviously I'm Madals. This is on SC2 England cast, and I'll see you at game 2 any second. Bye for now.